Ratan Tata, Steve Jobs, Mukesh Ambani, and more of such entrepreneurs has one thing in common. They all follow the fundamental principles of system thinking. While building their business, they focus on creating systems that serves their people to achieve desired outcome repeatedly day after again. One of the key role of a business owner like you is to create systems in your organization. This helps your team to create same level of outcomes with repeated actions performed week after another. In this video, I will talk about the concept of system thinking and the core processes for creating effective systems in your organization. Hi, I'm CA Piyush Bansal. I help entrepreneurs optimize their business and life. Let's jump into the concept. In the first part of this video, I'll talk about system thinking. So, a system thinking is a very straightforward fundamental system where there are four core elements. One is the input, then comes the process where the input is used and goes into the different environment and a process happens. And the result of input and process is an outcome. Now this is the outcome, or you can say as a result, or whatever that comes out of the processing part of it. And once you get the output, then comes the feedback cycle, which is the fourth and most important element. And this is also like a feedback loop, which again goes back to the input, and you keep repeating this process day after another repeatedly. The whole idea of this whole system thinking fundamental is so that you create a system which automatically keeps on improving itself, and you create a matured professional system out of a given time. So it's not a one-time activity that needs to be done. It's a continuously evolving process which goes to a level of maturity that comes with the time as well along with. So as part of the system thinking, what is really required is that you be able to differentiate these four elements while you are creating systems in your organization. These core elements are your inputs. What are the inputs that are coming in? What is the process? What is the activity that will happen with the input? What are the results, outcome that is getting out of it? And the feedback loop, which is the review part of it. I'll talk about these four processes in detail in the second part of this video. So this is what the system thinking is all about, and we need to tune our mind accordingly so that we can create better and systems around our organization, around our life, and as such. Having said that, let's go to the four core processes of these systems. So the first core process in this system is called planning, which is the input area of it. Under the input area, you need information in terms of what is the mission, your vision, your milestone, what are the strategies that you want to adopt. Because these becomes the core aspect or the starting point of where you want to go and where you are. This helps you clearly differentiate between the gap that you are trying to achieve. And for that to happen, you need to have clear understanding of where is it that you want to go. And that is only how you'll be able to build the system that you want to achieve. So the whole idea of planning part is to just move from backwards. See what is the outcome that you want to create and what are the inputs that you will be requiring for that to happen. Once that is done, then comes your system phase. Under the system phase, these are the four core elements that you need to work around. Now, for the strategy that you have designed, what the milestones that you want to achieve, what are the tactical actionable steps that needs to be done so that you be able to achieve that outcome. Then comes your people part. People are the vital elements in your organization because they are the ones who are moving the whole cycle, who is moving the whole systems across different areas. Then, so you need to have right people in the right places with the right knowledge and skills so that you can effectively pull the system around. Third elements are the resources. What are the technological, financial, operational, or logistical, or physical or non-physical resources that you need to build that system? It is really important that you have a clear understanding of the resource level. And then comes the last part, which are the SOPs, the standard operating procedures. Once you define a system, once you are defining the system, you need to clearly define what are the steps and sequence of achieving a respective process, of doing a certain process. This will give standardization, and it will ensure that you get same level of outcome when you follow the same process again and again. Let's go to the third element of it. The third element of the whole process is the outcome. You need to measure your outcomes. What are the results and outcomes you are creating in your organization? For that to happen, you need to clearly define the performance matrix that you wish to accomplish in that process. Now, one thing that you need to ensure is this matrix should be in align with the milestones or the strategies that you want to achieve. There should be a clear linkage between the strategy and the outcomes you are trying to achieve. Because if there is no linkage between these things, then your planning has tend to fail. And whatever you are planning to achieve in your organization will fail for sure. So it's really important that you link the strategy with the matrix, the outcomes that you want to create. Once you do that, you need to track these matrix day in and day out. Now, these matrix could be something measurable in terms of units or quantity or efforts, anything that is more quantifiable in method, and that should be recorded and measured day after day or a week after week or a month after month, as the case may be. So you need to have a proper tracker in place where you are measuring all these metrics. And the third element is the report. Now, it's important to identify the differentiation between tracker and a report. A tracker is just a platform where the data is getting recorded. A report is the meaningful information that is coming out of that tracker. And you need to clearly understand what is the scorecard of this specific system or a process that you want to place in. Once you know the scorecard, the measure that you're doing it, your report can be clearly differentiated. Now, this report needs to be made in such a way that you'll be able to identify the outcomes not only at the individual level, but at the collective departmental level or at the organization level, as the case may be. It depends on the level of systems that you're building. If you're building a management level system, then you need to have that kind of cascading. If you are just having a business level functional system, then you need to have that kind of similar reporting systems. So this is a very important element which most of the entrepreneurs miss out. And the last element of this whole process is review system. Now, I know numerous people who fails in this last part, and this is the missing gap for all the people. In order to have a system which keeps on updating itself, which keeps on improving itself, you need to create a feedback loop, which is a review system. Under a review system, you just need to have these core elements in place. What were the wins that was achieved during the systems? Second, what were the breakdowns that you have achieved, what you have experienced in the systems? Now, these wins and breakdowns helps you give a very clear, real picture of what is going on in that system, whether the system is working for you or not. And if it's not working, then you can identify what are the challenges that are coming because of those breakdowns. And once you identify the real challenges, you get more closer to the reality and you are able to identify the learning areas, those actionable steps that you need to do so that in the next, whenever you do the next time, so that you do not repeat the same breakdowns again and again. So it becomes a self-fulfilling loop of improvement, something like this again, where input, process, outcome and feedbacks keeps on repeating itself. Having said that, just to give a summary of it, it is really important that you align your planning with outcome, because if it's not aligned, then whatever you do, your planning is for sure to fail. And secondly, create a review system in order to get a continuously evolving system of improvement. Now, if you're liking such kind of videos, I prepare such kind of one video each week. And if you like to have it in your mailbox, you can subscribe to the newsletter below in the link. There's a link below in the description. You can subscribe to the newsletter below, and you will get such kind of video upon optimizing your business and life directly to your mailbox. Moreover, I'll be preparing more such videos upon system thinking and all these elements in the coming future, the link of which would be updated in the description below. Thank you.